Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Now, in today's video, we're going to be going over some OBS settings and how to set some of your scenes and sources up. I've been wanting to do this video for a while now, and this will be a big, well, I say big series, but it will be a series of videos pertaining to like how to be a better streamer, different settings you should enable, what you can do to help viewer count from what I've noticed. And again, I'm not the biggest streamer, but I'm just doing things that have worked for me. Now, without any further ado, let's get into how to configure OBS. Alright, so first things first, you have OBS open, alright? First thing you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to go into your settings. Now, since I'm recording, I'm not sure how many I can actually mess with, but I can still show you. So your output mode might look simple, which I'll have my editor actually throw a picture on screen of like what it might look like. So you're gonna want to go over to output mode and you're gonna want to click it and switch down to advanced. Now, this is what I have right here. Under streaming tab, which is what we're really going to look into, I am going to cover some of the recording tab, but not too terribly much. Now, if you have an NVIDIA graphics card from the 16 series onward, then you can actually use NVIDIA's NVENC encoder. Now, basically what this does is it encodes your videos a lot better than just using your CPU, which is the X264 encoder, which a lot of you probably have. Now, if you are running an AMD graphics card, I'm not sure if there is a way to get hardware encoding like NVIDIA has. If there is, I might have to do a video on it, but I don't have an AMD graphics card and I don't intend on buying one, especially since they're like retardedly expensive right now. But still. So alright, first thing we're going to want to do is set our encoder to NVIDIA NVENC H264. Now, you can make Twitch VOD tracks and whatnot. I download my VODs from Twitch, and you can add audio tracks. So, basically, I'm not 100% sure how that works, but I just download all my VODs from Twitch. And it doesn't take too long, and it's fine. Now, rescale output, most of you are going to be streaming in 1920 by 1080p. If you have a 4K display, I still don't recommend streaming in 4K, mainly because a lot of people who are watching your streams probably aren't going to watch in 4K. I don't even know if it's possible if Twitch will take a 4K input, but still. Now, I have mine set to controlled bitrate, you have lossless, VBR, CQP, and then again controlled bitrate. I don't have many issues with controlled bitrate. This is what I've been using for the past 2 years or so. My bitrate is set to 6,000 kilobytes per second. So basically it's 1080p. It's not very high 1080p, but it is 1080p. I'll put a chart on the screen, or again my editor will put a chart on the screen. Still not used to having an editor again. But my editor will put a chart on the screen, basically showing what kbps or kilobytes per second, aka bitrate, you should have. Now I have my preset set for quality. You can set it for the best low latency you can get. My stream delay, which low latency is like stream delay, my stream delay already is very low. And I have mine set to quality. I think my stream delay has a 4 or 5 second delay in it. So I personally use quality. The profile I also use high. That way it's a higher priority for your computer. No, I also use look ahead. Look ahead just enables dynamic B frames. I'll editor, put what B-frames is on screen. If it's enabled, which I haven't enabled, it will increase visual quality. Now that is something that I really enjoy and really like. Oh god, the prompt went away. It's fine though. And then I have psycho visual tuning, and basically what that is it just looks ahead and makes sure that nothing's goofing. And then my max B-frames I've set is 2, and it's set to GP 0. Hey guys, so my editor informed me that some of the footage wasn't like properly recorded and some of the stuff cut out when I was trying to explain how to get a overlay for free. So if you go over, you go to streamelements. I use streamelements. There's a lot of different things that you can use to get different overlays and whatnot, but streamelements is really easy. Just come over to streaming tools, overlay gallery, and then you just scroll down. They also have stuff for example, like alerts and widgets and whatnot. So yeah, that's kind of how you do that. So let's go with the fireball animated super theme. All we have to do is click create. It'll give us a little preview of what it's like. This one looks like it's a Rocket League pack, so we'll just click create my overlay. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna copy all of these links, but first we're going to look and see what they say. So this one says fireball animated in game, so that's in game, we don't need that. Yeah, we need the starting scene, so right here. So we're gonna copy that. Now we are actually going to... Alright, so I have a new source of OBS recorded because I ran into a little bit of an issue. So let's pretend that this is our stream starting screen. What we're going to want to do is we're going to want to open a browser. We're going to want to create a new browser. And then you're going to want to just import that overlay. Now this is very important. Some overlays you download onto your computer. For that you would just click local file and then you would browse the file source. What you're going to do is you're going to want to come over here and go 1920 by 1080 or whatever your streaming source is. That way it's actually going to work. Now you can see here it says stream starting soon, and it'll show my Twitch handle, my Facebook handle. If I had one, it'll show my Twitter and my YouTube. There's a chat box right here. There's a timer countdown right there. It'll show you recent followers, recent subscribers, tips, and donations. Let's move on over to getting video outs and inputs. So right here, we'll toggle this off. Right here, you'll see we just have a blank screen. What we're gonna do is we're gonna click on here. Now you might be like, that's a lot, especially if you're new to OBS, if you're new to streaming, and this does look like a lot. Wanna know the only 2 you'll really be using, possibly 3? Actually, I lied, you're gonna use a lot more, but still. Audio input. So what you're gonna do is mic, or you can name it whatever you want, and then you can pick one of your microphones. I have a lot of inputs, so yeah. I use my soundboard microphone, so voice mod. However, you'll probably have something like a Realtek audio USB, which is what I use, or used to use before I got my soundboard. So you also, if you want to set it up for recording VR, if you have an Oculus, they have a built-in microphone that's not the worst. So there's just a lot of things that you can do here. But for now, for simplicity, we'll go with Realtek audio USB. Now you see that it's working, but if I stop talking, you'll see that it's still sitting and it's still picking up audio. Now, let me hit this one and let me actually take the noise suppression that I have on this one off. So there you go. Now this is it with no filters on at all. Now, let's actually experiment with some of the filters. So you'll see that if I turn it back on, it automatically makes the quality of the sound go up because my microphone is right beside my computer, meaning it's picking up on all the fan noise. And you don't want fan noise in your videos in live streams. So I use RN noise. You can use specs. As you can hear, specs does pick up on fan noises. It might sound a little better, but it is still picking it up. To be fair though, you can I was gonna say you can tweak it to make it a little better. However, it appears as if it didn't work at all, which is why I use RN noise. Now, this is without any tweaking of the noise suppression. It just works for me. Your voice is a little different. Your scenario might be a little different. I have like 5 fans running when I stream and normally no one can hear them. However, if you're in a room with no fans and your computer fans are quiet, you might not need noise suppression. However, if you're typing away on your keyboard, you know, stuff like that, you might want to add it. It's up to you. Now, the second one is definitely going to be a noise gate. Now, noise gates an extreme. As you can see, it is cutting. But if we turn it down a little bit, the open threshold, basically what it'll open at, we need to turn that down a little bit. For me, it can be very finicky, and I can't have something being very finicky on my live streams and when I'm recording. Now, again, it's mainly because I haven't actually tuned it yet. But honestly, this is if you are in a very noisy, busy area. You can set it to where maybe you're getting your housework done and somebody's drilling. You can set it to be higher and move your mic closer to your mouth. That way it activates easier for you. Or you could just not stream that day. It's honestly the only one that I use normally is noise suppression. I don't use any of the plugins. I don't use a limiter, invert polarity, gain, expander, compressor. If your microphone is very quiet, you might want to use a gain, because how it's supposed to work is you talking in a normal voice is supposed to be in the yellow, very barely touching the yellow, like this. So you guys will see that it is touching the yellow now. That's how it's supposed to be. So if you're just a naturally quiet person and stream is saying that they can't hear you, but your microphone is all the way up in OBS, I do suggest adding a gain to your microphone. Now, since I have multiple outputs, which I will make a tutorial setting up Voicemeeter, which is what I use. It is a free piece of software. Everything that I'm going to show you guys is 100% free, at least what I'm going to show you in this series. And if it's not, I'll be setting up the free version of it or whatever. So, audio output. Now, I have a bunch of them. So, yeah. But let's just say I want my virtual audio cable, which I have music going through. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna come over to YouTube Music, and we're gonna start playing something. Something non-copyright, good music. Jake Hill is an amazing artist. His music is copyright free. But as you heard, it is very loud. Where do you want your music levels to be? This is a very important question. Where do you want your music levels to be? Be that loud by any means. You want it to be quieter than you. I personally have mine go no higher than right there. Right there is the highest I will have it on stream, and I believe that is just at 50, the little 50 tally mark. You don't want it any louder. I mean, maybe you do want it louder, but for just gaming streams and whatnot, I have it normally set to that, or I have it set to 55. Either which way, it sounds good. Okay, I didn't actually show in the video because I'm doing my editorial. I go over the video once my editor sends it back to me. And so I never actually showed how to start or how to capture an audio or a scene. So basically we'll just come over here. We can go to game capture, and game capture I would recommend. It causes less, it can cause less lag. I always do capture specific window, and I will find whatever I'm using or whatever I'm playing, and I will click on that and select that. Alternatively, you can use window capture, and you can select what you want. It will, it will give you more options, obviously. Or you can do display capture. However, I never recommend streaming with display capture because you might accidentally show something that you don't want to show. It is safer and easier to go with either window or game. But that is how you do it. I'm gonna take this time to close out the video though. I will be doing more tutorials. I'm gonna hopefully get them pumping out a little bit more. Also, we're doing a little Halloween party in my Discord server, October 30th, or the 31st. Wait, hold on. I'm illiterate with time. Okay, 31st. We're going to be watching a couple of scary, spooky Halloween movies, so if you do want to be a part of that, then join the Discord link down below. There's actually a poll going right now, so there's a thread and you can put whatever movie you want to watch. There are some restrictions, like nothing too sketchy, just keep it PG-13. And yeah, that's really it. Whatever you guys want me to cover next, let me know in the comments below. See ya. I'ma fuck up my life.